A man who truly wants you doesn't move in hesitation. He moves in clarity, in intention, in presence. He doesn't make you wonder what you mean to him. You feel it in how he shows up. Confusion is not love. Mixed signals are not affection. Inconsistency is not chemistry. A man who is right for you doesn't leave you decoding his behavior like a puzzle. He doesn't give you anxiety and call it connection. He doesn't ask for your time and then waste it. The right man doesn't confuse you because he isn't confused about you. He knows what he feels. He knows what he wants. He knows who you are and what you bring into his life. He recognizes your energy, your heart, your depth, your value, and he moves accordingly. A man who is unsure about you is already telling you everything you need to know. Uncertainty is already an answer. Silence is already a message. Inconsistency is already closure. But a man who truly sees you, he doesn't confuse your heart because he respects it. He doesn't play with your emotions because he values them. He doesn't keep you waiting because he knows what waiting does. To a woman who gives deeply, when a man is right for you, you don't sit in doubt. You sit in ease. You sit in comfort. You sit in emotional safety because his presence feels like clarity, not chaos. You don't fight to be understood. You don't negotiate for the bare minimum. You don't chase after reassurance. You don't beg for effort. He offers effort freely. He communicates openly. He chooses consistently. He commits intentionally. This is what alignment feels like. This is what emotional maturity looks like. This is what genuine interest sounds like. The wrong man makes you question your worth. The right man reminds you of it every time he shows up. The wrong man makes you feel too much. The right man makes you feel understood. The wrong man keeps you guessing. The right man keeps you grounded. The wrong man makes you doubt everything. The right man makes you relax. And I want you to understand something that will save your heart again and again. A man who wants you is never confused about you. He doesn't juggle you with other options. He doesn't treat you like a backup plan. He doesn't make you compete for his attention. He doesn't give you crumbs and call it effort. A man who wants you moves toward you with intention, not halfway, not emotionally unavailable, not inconsistent. He moves fully, openly, clearly. You don't have to perform for the right man. You don't have to shrink. You don't have to impress. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. And that's enough. More than enough. But here's the truth. You've been avoiding. You keep accepting confusion because you've been taught to fix people, to prove your worth, to hold space for someone who doesn't hold space for you. You keep tolerating inconsistency because you've mistaken effort for worthiness. You keep chasing clarity from men who don't even have clarity within themselves. But the moment you realize that confusion is a red flag and not a challenge, your entire life changes. You stop fighting for someone who isn't fighting for you. You stop explaining what you deserve. You stop arguing with someone's potential. You stop hoping that one day their effort will match your heart. Instead, you start paying attention to what they're already showing you. Because when a man is right for you, you won't have to analyze his intentions. You won't have to piece together the meaning behind his words. You won't have to chase him into emotional clarity. He will create clarity all on his own. The right man doesn't wait for you to get tired before he acts right. He acts right from the beginning because real interest doesn't hide. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't disappear. When things get real, the wrong man will leave you exhausted, The right man will leave you at peace. The wrong man will give you doubt. The right man will give you certainty. The wrong man will confuse you. The right man will choose you. And you deserve a man who chooses you, not because he's afraid to lose you, but because he recognizes what it means to have you, your heart, your softness, your depth, your loyalty. These things are not small. These things are not replaceable. These things are not casual. They require a man with emotional capacity, with readiness, with self-awareness, a man who understands. That connection is a responsibility, not a game. So remember this. A man who is right for you will not confuse you. He will calm you. He will choose you. He will show you. He will speak clearly. He will stand with you. He will value you. Because the right man comes with clarity, not confusion. He comes with presence, not excuses. He comes with intention, not chaos. And you will know, without guessing, without overthinking, without questioning your worth. Because the right man isn't confused about you. Not for a moment. Not ever. There's a moment in every woman's life when she finally realizes that confusion isn't romantic. It's a warning. And the moment you accept that truth, your entire mindset begins to shift. You start seeing the difference between effort and excuses, between interest and inconsistency, between connection and convenience, between a man who wants you and a man who only wants access to you. Because a man who is confused about you isn't actually confused. He's undecided. He's unready. He's unaligned. And deep down, you've always felt the difference. When a man truly wants you, he doesn't need time to figure out your value. He doesn't need space to decide if you matter. He doesn't need distance to determine if he cares. Men don't get confused about what they genuinely desire. He knows immediately, and he moves like he knows. But when a man is confused, even slightly, it shows up in ways you've tried for too long to overlook. It shows up in slow replies, in inconsistent effort, in "I'm not ready, I'm not sure, let's see where things go," in energy that rises only when you pull away, in intentions that never turn into actions, in attention that only comes when he fears losing you, not when he actually values you. You've learned to call this mixed signals, but truthfully, it's emotional immaturity wrapped in convenience. And you've carried it, you've excused it, you've rationalized it because you're loyal, because you feel deeply, because your heart doesn't know how to love halfway. But the right man doesn't put you in positions where you have to love through confusion. He makes it easy to move toward him. He makes it easy to trust. He makes it easy to rest because clarity is a form of emotional generosity. And the right man is generous with his clarity. You don't have to beg for effort. He gives it. You don't have to question his intentions. He states them. You don't have to wonder where you stand. He shows you. There is no hot and cold. There is no disappearing act. There is no sudden shift. The moment you get close, the wrong man gets overwhelmed by your depth. The right man gets anchored by it. And maybe you've confused tolerance with compatibility. Maybe you've mistaken anxiety for attachment. Maybe you've gotten used to working far too hard for the bare minimum. But the right man doesn't make you work for what should come naturally. You don't audition for love. You don't fight for a position in someone's life who truly wants you there. And the more you grow, the clearer this becomes. A man's confusion is not a challenge you're meant to fix. It's a sign you're not meant to stay because you can't love someone into clarity. You can't nurture someone into readiness. You can't sacrifice yourself into becoming the woman he suddenly chooses. Love doesn't work like that. Alignment doesn't work like that. Healthy connection doesn't work like that. The right man knows what he has. When he meets you, he doesn't need to lose you to appreciate you. He doesn't wake up weeks later realizing your worth. He sees it the moment he experiences your energy, your softness, your honesty, your emotional maturity, your depth. These things are irreplaceable to a man who's truly ready. And here's the truth you might not want to hear, but you need to accept. A man who is confused about you is usually confused about himself, his identity, his direction, his trauma, his wounds, and he will pull you into that confusion until you forget who you are. Confusion spreads. It drains you. It destabilizes you. It weakens your intuition. You start doubting your worth based on the behavior of someone who doesn't even know what he's doing with his own life. But the right man comes from a different place. He comes from emotional readiness, from self-awareness, from desire for partnership, not distraction. And because of that, he doesn't dance around you. He stands with you. He texts you back with intention. He makes plans with consistency. He communicates with clarity. He commits with confidence. There's no guessing, no decoding, no explaining your worth to someone who doesn't recognize it. The right man recognizes it instantly because men choose what brings peace, not chaos. And a woman like you brings peace. This is why you felt so drained. In the past, you were trying to offer serenity to a man who lived in emotional noise. You were trying to bring stability to a man who couldn't stabilize himself. You were trying to create clarity with someone who didn't even know how to be honest with himself. But the right man is different. He's not intimidated by your depth. He's inspired by it. He's not confused by your emotions. He respects them. He's not overwhelmed by your standards. He meets them. You don't have to shrink. He expands with you. You don't have to dim. He rises to your brightness. You don't have to fear expressing yourself. He listens to understand, not to escape. And that's the truth you're finally ready to live in. A man who is right for you is never confused about you. Not on Monday, not on Friday, not when he's stressed, not when life gets hard. His clarity remains. His consistency stays. His commitment deepens. Because the right man doesn't fluctuate based on circumstance. His heart is steady. His intentions are firm. His presence is certain. And when you experience that, you will realize that you were never asking for too much. You were asking the wrong man. The right man isn't confused about you because the right man has been waiting for a woman exactly like you, a woman with depth, with emotional intelligence, with resilience, with softness, with standards, with heart. And when he meets you, he will know immediately, undeniably, unapologetically. You won't have to guess. You won't have to chase. You won't have to hope. You'll just see it in everything he does. Because the right man is not confused. He's certain. And as you grow, you start noticing something powerful, something you used to overlook because you were too busy proving your worth. A man's clarity is revealed in the smallest things. It's revealed in how he speaks to you when he's tired, in how he shows up when you need support, in how he reacts when you set a boundary, in how he handles conflict without punishing you emotionally, in how he listens instead of defending, in how he moves toward you instead of pulling away. Confused men avoid hard conversations. Right men lead them with honesty. Confused men get distant Right men lean in. Confused men give you attention only when it benefits them. Right men give you consistency because they value your presence. The right man doesn't make you earn stability. He creates it. He protects it. He anchors the connection with it. And you begin to notice something else. The right man carries emotional intelligence, not emotional chaos. He carries intention, not indecision. He carries presence, not avoidance. Because real men, who are ready for real connection, don't hide behind confusion. They communicate, they clarify, they commit. And when you meet him, you will feel something you haven't felt in a long time. The luxury of not overthinking. Your nervous system relaxes. Your mind stops racing. Your intuition stops fighting. Because his presence doesn't activate your fears, it calms them. You don't wonder if he'll disappear. He doesn't. You don't guess what he meant. He explains. You don't chase. He pursues. You don't question where you stand. He shows you every day. And this is when you realize how unhealthy your past connections were because you were mistaking intensity for intimacy, mixed signals for chemistry, anxiety for passion, and uncertainty for something worth fighting for. But the right man feels entirely different. His love is grounded, steady, centered. It doesn't confuse you, it aligns you. The wrong man kept you in survival mode. The right man brings you into safety. The wrong man made your heart tense up. The right man makes it exhale. The wrong man made you feel like you had to earn love. The right man makes you feel like you deserve it. This is the shift you've been waiting for. The shift from emotional guessing to emotional certainty. And you begin to see more clearly just how much your past connections shaped your expectations. You got used to carrying the emotional load, to managing both sides of the relationship, to fixing problems alone, to filling in the gaps created by someone else's confusion. But the right man fills the gaps with you. He doesn't let you carry the whole weight. He holds the relationship with both hands. You won't feel like a caretaker. You'll feel like a partner. You won't feel like a substitute therapist. You'll feel like a woman being chosen by a man who is ready. You won't feel drained. You'll feel supported. And that is the difference between emotional maturity and emotional disarray. A man who is right for you has done his work. He has confronted his wounds. He has faced his patterns. He has outgrown his excuses. And he doesn't ask you to heal him, fix him, guide him, teach him, save him. He shows up, already knowing how to love responsibly. Because the right man doesn't use his past as a weapon, he uses it as wisdom. He doesn't use his trauma as justification for hurting you. He uses it as motivation to protect the connection. He doesn't turn his fears into emotional punishment. He turns them into self-awareness. The right man isn't afraid of commitment. He is prepared for it. And when he chooses you, you will feel the difference. It won't be a performance. It won't be a chase. It won't be guessing. It will be clarity. It will be honesty. It will be presence. The right man doesn't confuse you because he has done the work to not confuse himself. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's building. He knows what kind of woman he's ready to meet. And when he meets you, a woman with heart, with depth, with softness, with strength, with emotional intelligence, he won't hesitate, not for a moment. The wrong man made you question yourself. The right man makes you see yourself. The wrong man made love feel complicated. The right man makes love feel safe. The wrong man kept you in uncertainty. The right man brings you into alignment. And here is the truth. That ties this all together. A man who wants you doesn't keep you waiting to feel wanted. A man who chooses you doesn't make you doubt that he chose you. A man who values you doesn't risk losing you with confusion. The right man is not confused about you because the right man recognizes you, your heart, your depth, your energy, the moment he feels it. And he shows up like a man who knows exactly what he's found. When a man is right for you, there is no maybe. There is no I need time. There is no I'm not sure. There is presence. There is effort. There is clarity. Because the right man doesn't gamble with your heart. He protects it. He moves toward you. He chooses you, not in words, but in actions, over and over again. And when a man chooses you, you feel it, not because he says the right things, but because you don't feel anxious around him. Your nervous system relaxes. Your guard drops. Your breathing slows. Your heart unclenches. You stop rehearsing what to say. You stop wondering what he meant. You stop trying to decode mixed signals that were never meant for you. The right man brings peace without asking you to shrink. He doesn't make you feel like an option. He doesn't disappear when things get real. He doesn't punish you for having emotions. He meets you there. He leans in. He listens. He shows up. Consistency becomes the language he speaks. Not breadcrumbs, not confusion, not false promises, but real presence, real time, real intention. Because when a man wants you, he makes it known, not loudly, but clearly. You are not left overthinking. You are not left waiting for closure. You are not left wondering why something that should feel simple feels like a maze. With him, everything clicks, everything aligns, everything feels like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. No chaos, no guessing, no emotional gymnastics. Just two people choosing each other in a steady, grounded, mature way. The right man knows what he holds. When he holds you, he knows your heart is rare. He knows your energy is sacred. He knows your presence is a privilege. So he doesn't risk losing it. He doesn't play with it. He doesn't test how far he can push you. He honors it. He protects it. He values it. Because he knows that a woman like you doesn't come twice. And that is why the right man is never confused. Not about you. Not about what he wants. Not about what he's willing to build. He sees you clearly. And he chooses you clearly. And because of that, your heart finally feels what it has been longing for: safety, certainty, and a love that doesn't ask you to prove your worth.